Donald Trump has used the latest presidential debate to defend his lewd comments about women, describing them as locker room talk and insisting the behaviour of the former US President Bill Clinton was far worse.
Locker room banter. You describe kissing women without consent, grabbing their genitals. That is sexual assault. You brag that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people. Certainly I'm not proud of it. But this is locker room talk. You know, I'm not proud of it. But this is locker room talk.
Whoa.
I did try. She was married.
Huge news there.
I know, Nancy. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the. You can do anything. But this is locker room talk.
He has said that the video doesn't represent who he is, but I think it's clear to anyone who heard it that it represents exactly who he is.
Well, since Donald Trump's lewd comments were made public, millions of women have been sharing their personal experiences of sexual assaults. It all started when a Canadian author, Kelly Oxford, shared her own account of 5 different sexual assaults and asked others to talk about their own under the hashtag #NotOK. We can talk to 2 women now who've been sexually assaulted on a number of occasions, and they shared their stories on the #NotOK hashtag. Amanda June, who lives in New Jersey, and Nicole Noel, who lives in Florida. They waived their right to anonymity to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much for speaking to our British audience. Nicole, you tweeted about a number of sexual assaults, and I know you're comfortable in talking to our audience a little bit about them.
Yes. First assault that I could remember, I mean, the most chilling thing about this hashtag and responding to it was a lot of women, me included, had to really think about how many there were and kind of list them out, because there wasn't just one incident. You know, there have been multiple over the course of my life. And the first several took place when I was only about 8 at the bus stop, where there was a boy at my bus who thought it was funny to chase me around, grab my breast, my chest area. I mean, I was only 8, grab my crotch, and laugh every time he would catch me and laugh with his friends. And, you know, this went for a long time. And, I never told anyone because I just assumed that people would think it was my fault, or that I was gross or dirty or something. And that's why he was doing it. So that was the first several, for me. Yeah. And then, again, when I was 14, a friend, well, not a friend, a friend's boyfriend that I knew that I went to school with, offered to drive me home, and he drove me down a dark road and attacked me, put my hand on his crotch and tried to kiss me. And I managed to fend him off. But again, I never told anyone. So I assumed that people would blame me for it. And, so there's just a lot of shame and embarrassment attached with these incidents, and so I never said anything.
Let me bring in Amanda on that point, because this weekend, Amanda, you've spoken about an incident that happened with a man in a cab. Again, you have not spoken about it before.
No, ma'am, I have not. So do you want me to explain what happened?
If you want to.
Oh, sure, absolutely. So this happened 4 years ago. I was 22 at the time. I was commuting home from a job in Manhattan, and we had train trouble. It was about 11 o'clock at night. I had no money for a cab, and this older gentleman, he was probably 65, he said he was already drunk, and he said he would pay for my cab. Would I like to share a ride? Sure. Another passenger jumped in because he was going to the same train station. So now you have the driver, a male passenger, the older gentleman passenger, and myself, and I'm in the back with the older man. And for the entire 45-minute taxi drive, this man his greedy hands are going all over me. And I'm very vocal about, stop touching me, I'm engaged, do you have a wife, do you have children? And he's telling me about his daughters and his wife while he's grabbing me and touching me. The passenger and the driver aren't doing anything about this. Nothing. If they just let it go on for 45 minutes, and when we get to my car, I just exit the taxi and get to my car. I got home and I didn't even tell my fiance it happened until yesterday morning.
And so, talking, I'm not surprised, talking about it now, what difference has that made to you?
See, I just finished graduate school and I was getting my degree in creative writing, nonfiction, and I've been working on a memoir about me being raped and the sexual assault I've lived through, and just trying to give women a voice to speak about this, because there's so much shame attached and there shouldn't be. And our culture, exactly how Donald Trump said it, that this is locker room banter, that's what our culture says it is. Like, we have to feel shame because men excuse this behavior every single day.
Okay, let me
and
ask...
we're so used to it. Yes.
Nicole, let me ask you what you made of the explanation / justification of Donald Trump saying, look, it's just locker room banter.
Look, there's a rape culture and throughout the world, and I think that video is a perfect example of it, and not just Trump's disgusting, vile talk, but also, Billy Bush's giggling and laughing in response to the gross things that Trump was saying about women, and that he does to the things that he does to women routinely because he's rich and he's a man with power. And I think that the silence is one of the things that perpetuates the rape culture. And I understand why so many victims don't say anything. I mean, I didn't say anything for a really long time, and because there is so much shame attached to it. But silence is one of the things that perpetuates this and allows it to continue. And the more women who speak out about it, the more men who speak out about it, the more I think hopefully we can, shine a light into that dark corner and go a long way towards eliminating that. I mean, friends of mine have contacted me since I've posted about this, and a couple of them have girls, and they say, oh, we need to talk to our girls. And, you need to talk to your boys too, because it's not just up to women to avoid being victims of sexual assault. It's up to men to not be perpetrators of sexual assault.
I'm really grateful that you've spoken to our audience. Thank you very much for your time. Nicole, Noelle, thank you. And Amanda, thank you very much for coming on the programme. Really appreciate it. Amanda June.